Hello, my name is Cherie, and I am the area director of a company called Simply Funded. Today's conversation and webinar is all about how you as a realtor can close more deals by working with real estate investors. So this conversation will be very educational. This is not a sales pitch or anything like that. What I'm going to encourage you to do is pull out your favorite note-taking device, and I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to get started with giving you some information with regards to this. So first thing is, you may not know this, but 24% of the homes that are purchased are actually purchased by investors. This is as of 2021. So if you are not pursuing investors, then you are losing out on 24% of business. Also, there are a lot of investors who buy a home every year or multiple homes every year in order to do various things, whether it is to buy them and rehab them and then resell them, which then could be a double commission for you, or whether they're buying them in order to have long-term renters stand there and they're using those properties in order to build their wealth portfolio. So you may be asking, who's an investor? Some of the people, again, are full-time rehabbers. Again, these are people who are purchasing anywhere from about 7 to 50 properties a year. They buy properties, they will rehab them as their full-time business, and then they will sell those properties to final homeowners. We'll also have part-time rehabbers who are experienced rehabbers, but they purchase about 1 to 3 properties a year. So these are typically your people who have full-time jobs. They're not really interested in leaving those jobs, but they still have a passion for real estate, and they will rehab properties, with construction crews. They'll do about 1 to 3 per year. You'll also have builders who will buy land on spec and actually build properties from the ground up. A lot of the bigger builders will build, a lot of the smaller builders will build about 1 to 3 properties per year. And then you'll have newbies. These are people who are high income earners. They could be government contractors. They could work for the government. They could be entrepreneurs. They could be people in tech, et cetera. But these are people who typically have high income and they want to get into real estate because they feel it is a great way for them to build up wealth for themselves and their families. So investors buy all sorts of real estate. They may buy townhomes, condos, multi-unit apartment buildings. In the DC area, for example, there are a lot of fourplexes, there are duplexes all over the place, single family homes, as well as raw land. These investors purchase all types of real estate. And there are 4 things that they could want with regards to the property. The first is they could want active income, meaning that they want to actually generate a profit, generate money pretty quickly. 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, they would be able to get their return on investment. So how do they do that? They could do something called a fix and flip. Fix and flip is basically when somebody purchases a property, rehabs it, and then sells it to a final owner. They may also decide to buy the property and do short-term rentals, so Airbnb, VRBO, et cetera. They may purchase a property in order to rehab it and rent it out. And that rental income is semi-passive income. Or they may choose to do something called wholesaling. So the best way I could describe wholesaling is if you've ever seen those "We Buy Houses" signs, those are typically wholesalers. They get properties under contract and then they sell those properties to final investors who are going to take that property, rehab it, or just use it for rental purposes. So those are the different ways that people, investors, make active income through real estate. They may also decide they want to get some passive income. So long-term rentals is something that we have discussed. They could do room rentals as well. So you've seen the house hacking. You've heard people purchasing houses near hospitals and offering them to travel nurses, or purchasing houses near universities and colleges and offering them to students, etc. They may also decide that they want to get appreciation, housing appreciation. So that is a buy and hold for them. Or they may have really high incomes and they want tax savings. So they want to work with their CPA in order to write off certain things on their taxes so that they can get their income taxes down as low as possible. So there are 7 steps to finding and serving investors that we have put together. The first step is you want to find investors. The best way to find investors is in your network. If you go to church, if you're part of a social group, you're part of a fraternity, a sorority, anything like that, that is a great way for you to find investors or people who are thinking about investing. So these are your high income professionals, your entrepreneurs, also a lot of recent college graduates, if they come from a family where that family has the 3% to 20% to put down on the property. I've noticed a lot of parents will give their kids the gift of a down payment for graduating from college. And then they're able to buy those properties and do some house hacking. Also, a great way to find investors is through something called real estate investment associations, or RIAs. And there are RIAs throughout the Metro DC area. There are also Facebook groups that are pretty active, various Facebook groups. One is GRID, which is Grid Investor Network on Facebook. And then another way to find investors is through the wholesalers, again, those We Buy Houses entrepreneurs, because they usually have access to people who are interested in investing, and they usually are investors themselves. They're usually looking for opportunities that you may be able to connect them with. So again, a RIA, Real Estate Investment Association, that you can use in order to find investors is gridinvestor.com. They have meetings throughout the Metro DC area. Some of the meetings are in a physical location and other meetings are done virtually. So you can take advantage of both of those. And they also have a very active Facebook group with 41,000 people in it. So that could be a great place for you to find investors. The second thing that you want to do in order to service investors is to discover their needs. So once you talk with somebody and they say they're interested in real estate investing, then you want to ask them questions like, well, what are your goals? They are most likely using it to build wealth of some sort, but do they want active income? Are they trying to do fix and flips? Do they want passive income? Are they trying to build a portfolio of rentals? Are they trying to build a portfolio of Airbnbs? Sometimes people want to do a little bit of everything. So you want to figure out what their goals are. You also want to figure out what kind of properties they are looking for. Are they looking for single family houses? Are they looking for condos?